I'd like to introduce our keynote speaker, and that would be Patricia Mawa. There she is.
I'm so happy to be here today. It's such, a distinct honor and pleasure. And I just want to, first of all, take a moment to recognize the leadership of Trebas Institute, faculty, Jeff, Mo, Mark, Carl, and Kenny. Thank you so much for the great work that you do, investing in the future of our dear country and the world. I am a good friend of Trebas. Not only am I on the advisory committee, but our organization has worked with Trebas over the years to hire some of the students. And today I actually came with one of my colleagues who's been with us for about 10 years or so, who graduated from the event management program right here at Trebas. So she was one of you guys so many years ago, Deborah Wright. And let me just take a moment to celebrate all the graduates. Can we all please put our hands together for them? And I want you all graduates to do me a favor. Just throw your hands in the air and say, I did it. Again? One more time. Yes, you did it. You did it. And I want you to underline the I in what you just echoed, because that's very important. You did it. They supported you, your family members supported you, the community supported you, but you had to do it. And that's what's very important today. I tell you my story. I came to Canada exactly 23 years ago. I had a few challenges, believe it or not. Number one was that my university degree did not mean much here because it wasn't recognized. And secondly, I had a beautiful, spicy Nigerian accent, which is still with me till this day, so that was my second challenge, and because I was in the media in Nigeria, I used to host a daily talk show. So you can imagine being in a place where I was on TV, hosting a daily talk show, I was popular over there, coming here, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, I speak weird, But the third thing was that I had no Canadian experience, so even getting a job was difficult. So what I decided to do was to go to college, like you all. I studied multimedia at Algonquin College of Science and Technology in Ottawa, and after which I started, a company called Bebia Productions. I started an online directory to help businesses to have landing pages, because those days in 2001, when I graduated, it wasn't popular to have websites. I just want to share a little bit with you about some of the things that have helped me to succeed in some of the things that I've done. I'm going to use things in our bodies, so we can easily remember. It's just going to be a metaphorical explanation, but let's start with the head. So first is the head. The head is very important because it's like the headquarters of your intellectual capacity. It is what you actually use to study, to get your diplomas today. And your head is actually there to help you to plan, to analyze, and to see where you're going, to be able to have a vision for your future. And what I want to say to you today, as you graduate, you may not be sure of what the future holds for you, but let's start with thinking about what you want for yourself. Because I tell you, where you're going can become clearer as soon as you know exactly what you want to do. So when I came to Canada, as I was telling you before, I got thrown into this shock where it seemed like there was no future for me, right? And then I went to school and I started to plan. So my first job in Canada was as an overnight stalker at Walmart. Not stalker, stalker. So we were the ones that used to stock the shelves. I have to make it clear. We used to stock the shelves at night when people have come and shopped and gone. And that was just, a survival job. And I knew when I was doing that job that this was not my future. I said to myself, Patricia, you're more than this. You can do better than this. I'm not taking away from people who are doing that job, but I'm talking about my own personal goals, because I'm talking about goals now. So you set your own personal goals. Remember I said I. So what is it that you want for yourself? And I don't want you to limit yourself to the certificate that you just received today. Set goals for yourself. What do you want for yourself in 2 years, in 5 years, in 10 years? And when you start to walk somewhere, ask yourself, is this a short-term job? Is this a survival job, or is this the job? If you're working at a company where in 5 years you're sitting on the same desk, doing the same thing, you have to change your job. If the company's not growing and you're not growing, you're actually stagnant, and stagnancy is an enemy. Remember that. So the head is where you do your planning, your prospecting, your intellectual work on where you want to go, where you want to, the space you want to move at. Now, the second thing is your hands. The hands are very important because your hands are what you use to give and to get, to share, to receive. And your hands are what you use to feed yourself. So make use of your hands. I started to host a TV show when I was a teenager. I was a first-year student at university when I had my first TV show. So I was a student and also working on television. And I've interviewed thousands of people over the years, from presidents to celebrities to CEOs, just name them. I have interviewed all kinds of people. And I love to ask them one question. What is the secret of your success? Or what are the principles that have helped you to succeed? And one of the things that, 99% of those people tell me is hard work. Hard work. So there's no substitute for that. You have to put in the work. When you live here today, whatever you do, even if it's just your survival job while you're waiting to get the job, give it your very best, your 100%. Life is like musical chairs. I wish I could move. I feel constrained, but it's all right. But life is like this game of musical chairs. Who has ever participated in that? Yeah, like we go for birthday. Yeah. So in a musical chairs game, we dancing around chairs, and each time the music stops, somebody gets eliminated. No. The music is great, and we enjoy the music, but you have to be focused and committed to taking your place when the music stops. Yes. So some people focus on enjoying the music so much that when the music stops, they can't find their seat. So remember, don't get distracted. Life has a lot of distractions. Today there's an abundance of distraction. I don't want to start social media and all whatnot, but be focused, be committed on your future, in growing. I know you just graduated today, but let this not be the end of your study. Let this just be the beginning of your learning journey, right? So in the game of musical chairs, some people actually are so focused that not only are they just waiting for the music to stop, but they're watching the hands of the guy that has the button, so that as soon as it stops, they can sit down, and claim their place. So I want you to remember to claim your place, whatever it takes. Don't get distracted. Don't give up if few challenges presents themselves in front of you. Just look at them and know that you can do it. Yes. You can do it. With hard work and dedication, you can do anything. Now, Yeah. The next thing is a very important one. Your heart. Your heart is where love resides. All the religions of the world, all the creeds of the world agree on one thing: love. And I want you to focus on 3 loves today, and the fourth one is one that you were gifted before you were born. The first one is love for yourself. Love yourself. It is the greatest love of all. As I'm saying it, I'm crying because loving myself is a journey that I am still on. Because especially when you're an immigrant and in a place like this, you doubt yourself a lot. But I've come to love myself. I've grown better in loving myself. If you do not believe in yourself, nobody will believe in you. If you value yourself less, others will value you less. If you value yourself more, others will value you more. And when you do not value yourself, sometimes you don't even know when people are putting you down. We run the largest Black-owned media organization in Canada with a 24-hour TV channel that's currently on Rogers, Bell, TELUS, and Eastlink across Canada. Plus, we have 3 regularly scheduled magazines and over 20 titles in our Discover magazine series. How did we do this? By believing in ourselves, in our abilities, in the fact that we can bring about change. And the other love is love for others. We need that more now than ever, love for others. If you think about all the people in history that I remember today, it's because of what they did for others, not themselves. Mandela, Mother Teresa, Martin Luther King, all these people, they lived for others. And the third love is love for whatever you do. And when I say whatever you do, it may not be their thing, but everything that you do with all your might and with all your strength. And the fourth love, which I said is the love that was given to you before you were born, is the love that God has for you. Before you cried as a baby, before you came here, it was given to you. And that's why we can freely breathe today. The air that we're breathing right now, we're not paying for it, right? Yeah. And the last thing is your legs. Your legs. Yeah, legs. Our legs are a symbol of growth, of advancement, of progress. I said earlier that one thing that is an enemy is stagnancy. I do so many things because I just want to make sure that by the time I leave this earth, even if I don't fulfill my full potential, I got close. Every time I fly, I'm always in awe of the fact that someone like me, like you, who has blood flowing in their veins, came up with this crazy idea and said, we're going to create something and people are going to fly in it. That's not even what shocks me the most. What really shocks me more is that they convinced us to get on that mission. And why do we get on the plane? Because it's excellent. We've been convinced that it was built in an excellent way and we'll be safe on it. But every time I fly, I just realize how I am underutilizing my potential. Because if someone who has 24 hours like me, has a brain like me, can come up with something that profound, that crazy, what have I done that is that crazy? I feel like I still have to do more. It doesn't matter how much you've achieved. Always remember that there's more than you can achieve. There's more that you can achieve. A guy was crazy enough to dream of a gadget that would be a camera, a phone, an audio recorder, a calculator. He was crazy enough. So graduates, today I want to say to you, be crazy enough. Not just to think about that crazy idea, to speak it, and to go do it. Because all the luxuries that we enjoy today were done by crazy people who were bold enough to act on their crazy ideas. So go act on your crazy ideas. Howard Thurman said, we often ask what the world needs. But he said, the world needs people who have come alive. And he said, find out what makes you come alive and go do it. That's what the world needs. As you're going out there, don't focus on money. Focus on what will make you come alive. Finally, I want to leave you with a story. This is a story I love to tell. It's about a wise man and a little boy. The little boy said, wise man, how do I know that I'm going to be great in the future? So the wise man drew 2 circles on the floor, and he brought out a lizard from his bag, and he said, if this lizard goes to the right, you're going to be great. If it goes into the circle on the left, you're doomed. So the lizard was progressing towards the right circle, and he was like, yeah, I'm going to be great. But as it was about to enter the right circle, it turned and started going towards the left circle. And the guy was like, what? What's going on? Just as the lizard was about to enter the left circle, you know what he did? He picked the damn lizard up and threw it in the right circle. And the wise man said, why did you do that? He said, how can I sit here and watch my future go down the drain? I had to do something. And the wise man said, son, you did the right thing. Because your future is in your hands. And that's what I want to say to you, graduates, today. Your future is in your hands. Remember the musical chairs? Enjoy the music, but don't lose your focus. The world is waiting for your ingenuity. So go there, get crazy, and move on that crazy idea. Congratulations. I wish you Godspeed. All the best.